Hey everyone, today we got a beautiful Char futur, the tier 9 auto reloader, which is amazing tank and which all of you actually can get with the tokens obviously. And I can tell you this medium, the tier 9 medium auto reloader is actually, I'm not gonna lie, one of the best tier 9 mediums in the game. You got mobility, you can actually ricochet sometimes, accuracy obviously, and yeah, good potential actually. And once again, medium with the TVS, right? That is the most important thing probably in the game. Maybe not, maybe I'm just overreacting. Again, anyway, today we got this beautiful beast, and as you can see, the map is for the first battle really decent, open, beautiful map. Obviously, we're gonna use optics, TVS, and exhauster, so we can increase our commonet, so we can increase our V range and spot people obviously from the bush, like we just did with the Yoch tank. And so far, it's really decent because there is no light tanks in the game. So we can be at the light tank. Although they got Baraska, obviously, so I think so that's a bit difficult, I guess. But anyway, Turtle is pushing forwards, and we're getting great assistance just because of that paid actor. So we're gonna try to get a little bit more distance from him, and once again, we're gonna try to re-push him to get spot. We're getting spotted, he's getting spotted. Our guy's giving a huge crossfire, which is honestly great start of the game. Although we lose few tanks already, but now it's a bit dodgy situation. There is no artist, so we have to eliminate Turtle from this dodgy position, let's say like that. And we need to avoid to get shot. So if you angle like this in this position, you got a small tiny chance to actually give a cupola shot for any tank. But you need to watch out. If you over pushed like I just did almost, you can get immediately shot and get a crossfire if people actually sit somewhere above you on the left side. But anyway, let's talk about the Char futur. This tank has a really great 4 shells auto reloader gun, but the minus about this tank, let's get real, it's an intro clip and full reload time. Full reload time is pretty long, at 30 plus seconds, nearly 40 seconds. This depends on your equipment and depends on your setup, right, with the field modifications. So I went with the full gun handling as much as possible. And my full gun handling, let's say like that, as you can see, I'm talking about the field modifications. First one, I choose nothing because I don't feel you need to increase anything because the gun behaves, or turret reverse speed behaves really well. The second one, I did not increase my dispersion because basically you get nothing, only reducing your gun handling on the move, which is, I don't want to increase or decrease none of these. Although I just mentioned I went for the full gun handling. That's the thing, I went with the full gun handling. And the third one, I went for better camouflage because you're medium, and in this kind of setup, we got a 38 camo netting without exhauster. And with exhauster, standard exhauster, you can go up to 44. So that's a great camo net for a tier 9, I would say. And then last one, you got the choice between the better DPM or reload time, let's say like that, or aim time. According to myself, it's 34 seconds will be reduced, and it's still long, but your aim time will be increased up to 2 seconds. And that's gonna be a little bit annoying, especially after firing and everything. So your DPM will be 1.9 thousand, that's my choice. But your reload time gonna be 37 seconds, that's pretty long. Let's get real, that's pretty long. But your aim time will be only 1.8 seconds. So in my opinion, this two, it's your preferential. I went for better gun handling because gun handling is better, right? And you gotta reload quite long anyway, so those, I don't know, 3 seconds won't change a lot, let's get real. But the aim time will be, I think so, better choice. Although you got a 4 seconds intro clip, so that's like, you know, you got plenty of time to aim, right? If you think about it. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I went with this map, with this setup, because you are a light tank at this point, right? And so far we got over 2,000 assistance, which is great, right? Probably that would work as well without CVS, but I don't think so. I would actually spot Baraska, but you never know, right? Anyway, if you see on the minimap, we actually losing the flank. Enemy is pushing really hard, and my allies getting eliminated. I think it was perfect time to run away and try to give some crossfire, and the shitpack is actually overpicking. We're trying to support, trying to focus for the one-shots so we can reduce the gun amount in the flank. But fortunately, we give only one shot to the shit pack. Well, that's better than something, right? Better than nothing, right? And shit pack actually been eliminated from the game. We're trying to give the blind shot. And this is the point where my last remaining tank getting eliminated. And I think I need to run away. That's probably most of you would actually do. And that's not a bad choice, right? And I was between stopping in the bush and providing spotting, or re-pushing and trying to support Rgma, or go snipe. But I went with the one simple move, which is actually later on I'm gonna just push forwards and I'm gonna try to actually eliminate everyone, because I realized those 4 tanks, 3 I would say, right? 3-4 tanks, most of them are one-shottable. So, and you got 4 shells with a quite long interclip, but you got 4 shells, so every single tank can be eliminated from the game. Although there is no man with a full HP, but I have CVS and my Char futur just suicide to give information, which is good. So I got CVS, optics. I will go and try to be aggressive, although I got a sniper schnitzels, 3 of them in the back, so I will be supported really well, although Rgma is also supporting. So we're gonna try to sit over here, we're gonna try to get as much as possible use, try to outspot the enemy if they're going to do some pressure or just a crossfire. Although there is the first victim, Yoktan getting spotted. We're taking him out from the game, which was pretty easy. Then Indian Panzer doing the same, he's pushing forwards. And once again, we're gonna try to use the same situation what we did with Turtle. We're gonna try to angle properly, because we got a good gun, and eliminating Indian Panzer minus 2 tanks immediately. So that was a good decision, although we're getting shot from E77. That's not a big deal, we still got plenty of remaining HP. So our decision was good. We see the tree went down, which means someone is still over there. There could be E50, there could be a Nomad, there is one guy, STRV, never been spotted as well. So we need to watch out what we're doing, but as you know, TVS can do the job, right? E50 getting spotted, we take him out from the game, because TVS is good for this game, as I mentioned many times, and I will mention again and once again. And we're gonna try now to reload immediately and try to push a little bit further. As you can see, STRV just took out my Arnie, and that's mean he's somewhere over there as well, and Nomad is still over there. Nomad getting spotted, and look at the bright side. Exhauster helped us, we didn't get spotted, even though it was quite close distance. We're gonna try to rush and respot him as soon as possible, although he ran away. So Nomad is actually fast tank destroyer, so it's difficult to catch him, right? I got pinged on the minimap that there is a STRV. I don't know how Rgma actually knew about that. So I will rely on his ping, and I will try to push, because I got 4 shells. And STRV actually getting spotted in the middle of open. He's getting spotted, we gave him 1 shot. Probably we're gonna receive definitely shot from him. We're snapping him, he gave us 1, and he's out from the game just like that. So full HP, STRV just being eliminated. And that was a good choice. We say thank you for Rgma, and we did our great job so far. I think so. That was a pretty well played. And once again, you're medium, there is no light tanks, or even if there would be a light tanks, I would probably play all the same, maybe a little bit less aggressive, but setup definitely will be the same, trust me. I don't know, I'm just addicted on TVS, and I think it's a little bit a broken thing. And games like this, maps like that, all those trees, bushes will definitely be visible, let's say like that. No one will be able to cover, right? Unless there will be someone with really great camo though, or camo. But anyway, this tank, in my opinion, is really great, well-rounded. Obviously, there is in the game a lot of similar tanks like Udas 033 and so on, which is also beautiful tank, great commonet, low profile and everything. But still, I think so Char futur is more unique, more flexible, and you can be well-rounded in any kind of situations, right? You can brawl, you can spot, you can dominate, you can... Hey, look the bright side. He has 4 shells, right? And this meta is all about auto loaders, right? And your alpha is great, although, as I mentioned before, reload time is not so good. Pretty long, and intro clip is pretty long as well, but intro clip, 4 seconds, if you think about it, is plenty of time to actually fully aim and shoot someone, right? Well, in my opinion. So, you got a plenty of time as well to aim. Like PvP, you got a 1.5 second intro clip. I think so, if I'm correct. Or 1 second. I don't remember exactly. Recently, we just played. So, 1 second or 1.5 second can be really nasty. And your aim time not going to be fully aimed. So, that intro clip is great, but not in the long range, right? And 4 seconds is just plenty of time to actually aim properly. And just like that, we got 14-9. The game was pretty interesting and at the same time pretty not so easy though, if you think. But we ended up with a great game, balanced game, let's say like that. And the only one left, no man in the game with full HP. We're gonna try to shoot him. We know where he was last time. We're spotting him, giving him one to the side, and all assistance going to our pocket, which is pretty nice. And that was our first game, and that was a perfect map for this tank. And just like that, we got a first class for a decent game. A great 2.5 thousand damage, 4 kills, 1.1 thousand experience, 90,000 profit. That went really well. Next game, we got a mountain pass, and this is the game. I just wanted to show what can happen in this tank, and I think so that's a pretty good example what you can expect from this tank, right? We got a bad matchmaking, bad tier 10. So we're gonna try in our favorite position to play, and we're gonna try to be aggressive. We're not gonna sit in the back. We're gonna try to play aggressive because sometimes I just like to be aggressive. And this tank is capable to do these kind of things. You can run people easily, so you know you just need to catch fluffy ones. Usually I sit over here and just trying to provide spotting. Although we're gonna push, and enemy 277 pushing forwards, M60 getting spotted as well, and he gonna try to give us shot. That was pretty simple shot to us, which is unfortunate. And 277 is also overpicking us. We're giving him one to the side. Unfortunately, he gave us 500, and just like that, we lost half of the hit points. That was aggressive push. I mean, we got a plenty of targets or teammates in the back as well, which is supposed to be like a cover, but it was actually like a cover. So enemy M60 and 277 lost plenty of hit points. So it went kind of well, and at the same time, not really. And we got one shell. We're gonna go on reload. We will pretend that we are still with the one shell. So I would highly recommend to do the same. If you're going on the reload, don't fall back too much. Don't act or don't give them to understand that you're actually on the reload, and try to pick. Try to pretend that you're picking, right? So they don't know are you on the reload or no. And that's very dodgy, right? Because we did 3 shots, and if someone from enemy team actually were counting our shells, so he knows we still got 1, or maybe we got on the reload. So it's like a bit dodgy thingy, but you need to look after this kind of things and pretend that you are actually still 1 shell in the pocket, so you can actually be more safe, right? But if you're gonna give an enemies understand that you actually on the reload, they're gonna just pick you, right? Like Emil Chu was shooting. I counted his shells. He shoot 3 times, easy to pick. 277 also shoots, so I'm able to pick, right? And obviously those 2 snapshots to conquer was just interesting, right? And obviously this is the game where I'm actually gonna be eliminated, and they overpicked many autoloaders, as I mentioned before. Although Emil Chu is also dead, so it's a win-win. We did our job, nearly 3,000 combined. Although not the best game, but at least something, right? And the last game we got Empire Border, and it's gonna be an interesting game. And the close battle games, I'm usually using verticals, improve aim, and fence for standard equipment. Although some of you gonna use instead of improve aim some turbo or something. It's understandable. This tank is flexible and can actually work with plenty of setups, trust me. But why I'm gonna say this game is going to be interesting. Look at the minimap. We got a lemming train. Usually we push here with I don't know, all tanks most of the time. But I just realized that we got a lemming train, so yeah, we're gonna try to turn around, and I will ask my top tier to actually do the same, because if we're gonna push forwards, we're gonna get pushed and we're gonna lose, or we're gonna die quite quickly. So what are we gonna try to do? We're not gonna go the same way as the lemmings, so we're gonna try to for a team. We're gonna play for a team, so we're gonna try to actually hold the flank, hold the cap circle, and try to be passive and wait for enemy push. So I don't think so that's a bad decision, because I still have a top tier next to me. So he got HP, I got HP, he got a gun, I got an auto reloader. So we're gonna sit here. While sitting here, we're gonna try to wait, although the patience was not so long, and there is a phase already in the middle of the map. So I'm gonna try to re-push. I'm gonna support 50p, and yes, I'm gonna push properly. I will push properly to take out the phase out from the game. And the thing is, as I mentioned before, 4 seconds intra clip can be really bit nasty, right? So we're gonna trade HP, not the smartest way. We gave him 1, he gave us 1, we gave him 2, and before we're gonna give him 3, can we... Yep, that was easy 3, and now obviously he's gonna be on the reload, finish on the reload, but he's out from the game. We lost plenty of HP, but he's out from the game, so that was a good trade. Good trades, not the smartest trades, but good trades definitely. And up to the hill there is 2 guys. I'm gonna try to push, although that was a bad decision. He was ready to shoot me. Unfortunately, I was actually thinking he gonna miss the shot. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case, and I got a 1 to the face. Or let's say I took 1 for the game, right? Or 1 for the team. But anyway, I will try to re-push here. I will see what's going on. Maybe we're gonna see some random tanks, although it's not gonna happen. More likely, it's 8-5, which is dodgy game. We got full map control, although they got decent control, right? They are in good hold down positions, and we're gonna try to flank. Although Kapazander is over there waiting for us, and we gave him 1, and he wasn't able to give us. It went to the tracks, which is great trades. I gave him another 1, although now we are one-shottable, which is a really bad thing. Now it's a bad thing. I should not do that. Luckily, Artie missed the shot. My Artie's also missed the shot. So we're both lucky, let's say like that. And in this situation, the best what you can actually do, just try to run away, I think so, and be sneaky. Because you're auto-loader, you're gonna spot someone, shoot or double push, and you can eliminate with your decent gun someone, and that's just a better option. Although I changed my mind because my team win the hill, I re-pushed again back, and I think so that's not a bad idea. Although I can get killed immediately, so I want to try to kill the Kapazander, which is 9 to 10 already. Can we take the kill? Obviously, someone is stealing. We wasted the shell, and once again, I need to run away because now enemy again know that I'm still there. So rotation is really big key in this tank, and plus the long reload will help you actually. When you got a long reload, you're just rotating, right? And that's a good advantage playing against enemies. You got 30 plus seconds reload time, so that's a lot of reload time. And you're just rotating, and meanwhile you're reloading, which is a great option. But anyway, we moved all the map around because I want to support and get to the position in the bush over here to support my allies if they're gonna flank. So that was a perfect timing, and the Pershing was actually pushing my Isu. We're snapping him 1 to the side, Isu giving him a lot, and we taking him out from the game, and he did not manage even to do damage to my ally. So that was a great relocation, and that's exactly what I mean about this tank. You got over 30 seconds reload, which means you can have a lot of time to think, rotate, and surprise enemy from different angles. So what we're gonna try to do now is just sit in this bush and try to spot enemy if they're going to push gap circle or even the middle. Well, we will see, right? Although my view range is not the best, but that's more than enough to actually spot Baraska in the close range. So we know where is Baraska, which is great. So we're expecting him that he's gonna push forwards, but I can tell you he was one of those little bit smarter Baraskas. So he didn't push forwards, so we had to push forwards. I asked Isu to help me. He was committing as well, but it looks like Baraska actually rotated or back to his cap circle, or he went to kill my Porky. And we tried and we started to chase him. And I can tell you, this tank mobility is just awesome, honestly. This tank mobility is, as you can see, it's 60 kilometers per hour without any turbo. That's why I would never probably put in this tank any turbo, in my opinion, obviously. But it's up to you. Mobility is great. Gun handling is also great, which is 0.28 dispersion with 1.8 second reload, obviously with my setup, my equipment. Although I would highly recommend to use better equipment in this tank, or go bond or whatever. And not gonna regret. You will play multiple times this tank because it's awesome. Trust me, it's awesome. And as mentioned before, you can also bounce with this tank. And that's how it looks like against APCR rounds, against his APCR rounds, which is 264. So the tank angle is really pretty well. So if someone auto-lock you, most likely the shell will go upper plate and it's just gonna ricochet. At the same time, you can side scrape as well, which is actually a great feature. Obviously, you're gonna get pen in the face, but that is just great. Obviously, heat rounds is a different story. So don't rely on armors, but in the same time, don't be like surprised that actually you're gonna ding something. And trust me, you will. I was dinging a lot. And at the same time, when I'm playing against this tank, I'm dinging him a lot. And one more really bright side about this tank: ammunition. APCRs as a standard rounds is a perfect rounds, honestly. 390 alpha with 264 penetration and almost 1,500 shell velocity is just mind-blowing shells, honestly. And on top of that, you got a heat rounds, APCR standards, heat rounds, premium with the crazy 330 heat round penetration and crazy shell velocity as well. I think so. These shells are just perfection, honestly. High explosions, 53mm, 480. I would highly recommend. Do not scare any of them. You got plenty, not even plenty to be fair, but you need a lot of time to actually use all of them. And high explosions is, I don't think so, the best choice. So these two babies are perfect, honestly, perfect for this tank. And considering it's a tier 9, right? The shells are actually like a tier 10. So you got accuracy, you got mobility, you can actually side scrape and bounce the tanks, even with your upper plate. And you can play with spotting setup as well. So I think so he got everything what you need in World of Tanks in 2024, 23, 25. And I think so that's one of the best picks from, yeah, tokens, which one you can actually get it. Just battle pass tokens, right? And trust me, when I was marking this tank, I was enjoying every single bit and every single battle. But anyway, Boraska, as I mentioned, he didn't go to his base. He went for my Porky. He eliminated my Porky. And my heavy tank also getting flanked, and which is a really super bad situation now. So we're gonna try to give as much as possible W to kill that Boraska. Can we take him out from the game? Because my heavy just been killed. Can we surprise him? Luckily, he wasn't pointing, so we take him out from the game. And now is the moment when we straight away going on the reload and rotating, because we are one shot of wall and still they have art in the game. So rotating and give them surprise, right? That's very important thing. Although I think so I did mistake. You will see where I did mistake. We will exactly show where was the mistake. Mistake was the time is running out. But in the same time, you need to rotate, so enemy will be surprised. Although I could say still there and wait in the corner, try to track someone, and yeah, well, I decided to come back. I decided to come back, and I decided to come back in really bad timing, and the guy was just pointing straight into me, and he took me out from the game, which is heartbreaking, but at the same time, beautiful 12 to 14 game. It was really great experience, really different experience, a different lemming train, different hold position. So it was a good game in my opinion. Well, obviously in my opinion, right? Maybe for you that was disgusting, but in my opinion that was a pretty good game. I was enjoying. It was something different, unique, and it went pretty well. Unfortunately, that was a draw, which is loss for both teams. We are top by damage, and it wasn't too hard, right? But in the same time, difficult. But anyway, that was Char Futur 4, and I was enjoying this tank marking. Great tank, great pick. Go for it. Highly recommend. And you're not gonna regret, right? You're not gonna regret. Trust me. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and see you soon. God bless you all. Bye.